PrettyTarot YouTube channel, and today I am doing something a little different. Okay, normally, let me see if I can actually move this over. Normally I do the Zodiac readings, but not today. Not today. Today I'm doing something that I feel like this reading will be timeless. Okay, you can come back 5 years from now and you still can watch this video. Okay, because what you're going to do is you're going to pick a deck. Okay, I got 9 decks here. 9. Starting, this is 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to actually pick this up so you guys can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is, and I'm not going to leave this sitting here like that, but I'm going to hold this up just so you can see, the decks here. And hopefully this will make sense to you. So like I said, I'm going to hold this up like that. Okay, yeah. You pick a deck, 1 through 9, and I'm going to read each deck. And that's going to be what your answer is in terms to, this reading is going to focus on how do they feel about you and how to approach the situation. Now, I have another video that I'm going to release the same time as I release this one, because right now I'm recording it. And you guys are going to think I'm contradicting myself because I'm going to be talking about how do they feel about you and addressing that topic and that issue. I'm choosing to do this anyway because I know there are many of you out there who still, regardless, want to know how does someone feel about you. But what I'm doing to be helpful to you guys is to also have a card in this deck that tells you how to approach the situation. Okay, so how to really go about the situation, and advice cards as well, and a couple of insight cards, so that you get more than just how they feel about you. You kind of also get some spiritual advice on how to approach the situation and some extra insight and some advice. Okay, so I prayed before I shuffled any cards and before I pulled any cards and laid them out. I have not seen not one of these cards. I have not flipped them over, nothing. I have not, so I don't know what's in any of these decks. I really don't. But I'm going to ask you to either pause the video so that you can focus on what number you want to select. That number will determine the deck you get, okay? And then move it along. Pick one deck. If you're unsure and you can't decide, like say if you get more than one number and you can't decide between the two, go with both. But go with the first number that comes to your mind when you are thinking about the person that you're wondering how do they feel and how to approach them, the insight you're looking for, and the advice. Okay, I've never done this before except for playing around, doing it for myself and some friends and things like that. But let's see what happens. And if you guys want a personal reading, where I can give you this kind of information just for you, and you won't have to pick a deck, you can email me at prettytarot@gmail.com. And actually, I'll do a special where I'll do that reading for $20, okay? So anyway, you can also fast forward this if you feel like it's taking too long to get to your deck or your number. But keep in mind that if you want to be able to come back to this reading later and pick another number, that you might not want to pay attention to all the numbers. In fact, I'm going to try to timestamp, and if anybody else wants to timestamp, help yourself. I may timestamp, but if anybody else wants to timestamp, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, it's best to just pick one number. If you can't pick one, then go with 2. But try to take a moment, think about the person you're wondering about, and the first number that comes to mind, go with that. Okay, if for some reason, like I said, you dodge between 2 numbers, then maybe there's information that you need from both of those decks, okay? So nothing is a coincidence, okay? Now, I already pre-shuffled everything, of course, and laid it out because that saves time. But you'll know this is authentic or not because you're picking the number. I have not seen the cards, so I can't, you know, make any of this stuff up, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and if you pick deck number 1, then we're going to go ahead and read on deck number 1. So if you pick deck number 1, the person seems to be kind of the way they feel about you is they feel like they need to be disciplined in regards to I feel like how they approach you and how they deal with you. They could be trying to hold out them dealing with you in terms of not giving in too much or too fast. Perhaps because they want to go about things the right way. Okay, so they could be trying to not be, you know, not get carried away with the way they feel about you. They could also be doing some research and kind of investigating things and studying you. Okay, they could be trying to figure you out is also what I get from this card. Okay, they could be literally trying to figure out how to deal with you, how to approach you, how you are, how you work, what makes you. But at the same time, they also could be trying to be wise about how they approach you and not, you know, jump head first in. You know what I'm saying? This card to me is like the opposite of the Fool. The Fool would just literally just step out, take a chance, take a risk without doing any research or doing any background checking or anything like that. So it's also possible they could be Googling you up and checking your social media and stuff like that or whatever. But it seems like I said, they're trying to figure you out because they want to kind of know you so they can better approach you or something in that way. Okay. And some clarification on this here is, yeah, it's kind of like what I was saying. Things may appear, like I said, like they're moving slow. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe they, you know, to you, things may look like they're not going anywhere or things are stagnant or like they're moving really slow. But this is a card that represents slow progress, slow growth, slowly taking time to invest and plant those seeds to see things grow and to see those investments pay off. It's a slow process. So this person is not in a rush. They're not in a hurry. They kind of they want to take their time. You know what I'm saying? And that may be the way they're appearing to you. Also, like I said, this person could be trying to figure you out. They could be trying to figure you out and trying to figure out how to approach you or how to deal with you or how to, you know, maybe even how to cater to you in terms of knowing what you like and knowing how you are and, you know, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And kind of figure how you are as a person, you know. And that does require some discipline. It does require investing some time and things like that, or whatever. And they also could be trying to figure out, like I said, what makes sense in how they're dealing with you and where they're going. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they don't want to just take a leap like that, you know. But what other factors behind this, you know, in terms of why they're being disciplined or whatever, besides the fact that they want to make sure that they take their time to properly plant the seeds and tend to, you know, watching those seeds grow and watching their investments pay off by doing their research and being disciplined about it. Like I said, they don't want to move too fast and mess anything up, you know. It looks like they are wanting things to kind of progress and go up to that next level. So it's possible they could want to get more serious with you, I believe, but they're making sure they play their cards right, okay? That's what I get out of these cards right here in regards to the discipline card and the master teacher card, in which they're doing their research and they're taking their time to really figure things out and how they want to go about it or whatever. The Seven of Pentacles is definitely all about also being attentive, okay, as well. Like I said, because I feel like they want to invest in you and they want to see things go further and see things go up to that next level, whatever that next level could be. So if you're just talking, maybe they might want to actually date you. Or maybe if you're not even talking yet, if you're in the stages where you're kind of looking at each other and maybe you sense that you have an attraction to each other, they could be trying to figure out how to approach you. You know what I'm saying? Or how to talk to you or whatever. But if you're like, you're already talking, they could be trying to figure out, figure you out. And figure out if you are really, somebody they want to move forward with, and it feels like they do want to do that. So they could be interested in dating. If you're already dating, they could be looking at they want to actually get in a relationship with you. If you're already in a relationship, they could be looking at they want to take that relationship to the next level, like engagement or marriage or whatever that could be. Okay. If you're already married, maybe children, whatever that could be. All right. Another factor to consider here. This is the honeymoon card. It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So it could be, like I said, maybe they're considering, like I said, they're still considering progress, getting somewhere with you, romantically or whatever. For some of you, this could literally mean this person could be wanting or anticipating marriage, which a honeymoon would go along with a marriage. Some of them, it could be engagement, others it could be just, they're anticipating, planning something with you, planning to get somewhere with you, planning to go somewhere with you in a romantic way or whatever, okay? And something that would be enjoyable. Now, how to approach them. This is the abundance card, okay? And this person right here, she's holding a plate with coins just spilling all over, just prosperity. She's a giving person. She's abundant and she's giving. She's sharing. So in this situation, how to approach this person, be a giving person and, share the love, spread the love, So even if that means giving some more clues, some information, or sharing with them knowledge, because knowledge is valuable, okay? Because these are a bunch of coins and things. Coins, money, or whatever. Coins and money holds value. So share this value, whatever it is that you feel would be of value to them, which would be information or how you feel even, or how to approach you or whatever. Be open. Give that, give that to them so that they can know, how to really get somewhere with you or whatever. For others of you, this is just literally just be giving, be sharing, be abundant with them or whatever, okay? You guys kind of know how to really deal with that. But advice cards. You got the Three of Fire here. Okay, that's seeing your ships come through. Okay, that's seeing your ships come in, which is awesome. Abundance, things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. Okay, make long-term plans. This makes a lot of sense, considering you have the honeymoon card and the abundance card. It looks like things are definitely going somewhere, okay? Especially if you're already dealing in a situation where you're looking for things to get serious, okay? Another advice card you have, listen to the music, okay? Listen to the music. Now, a lot of times this card literally means listen to music, maybe to calm your nerves or to help you kind of like relax and let loose and go with the flow. In other ways, listen to the music metaphorically can mean pay attention, listen, because you will kind of hear or get clues of, as you know, how this person is really feeling and where they're trying to go with things. Okay, so I think that's actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these cards over to the side here, out of the way. That was deck number 1. Okay, if you chose deck number 2, this person is feeling at a loss here. They're disappointed, sad, grieving, hurt, okay, in this situation for some particular reason. Let's pull some insight here. These are the insight cards that are already here. And it looks like they have some sort of, there's some sort of struggle or obstacle here to overcome. It looks like they're trying to turn something that isn't so ideal, or something that's not so ideal, into something that is ideal, that'll help them get somewhere. Because this is, if you remember the Cinderella story, the fairy godmother turned a pumpkin and mice into a beautiful carriage, so that Cinderella, who was indeed going through a struggle, and she wanted to get to the ball and meet the prince and have a happy ever after, but she didn't know how she was going to make that happen, you know. And I feel like this person could be feeling the same way. You know, they want to have like this beautiful happy ending, but you know, it's knowing how to get there and not knowing how to get there, because maybe feel like they don't have the means to get there, or they don't know how to overcome these obstacles and these challenges or whatever, because this is all about overcoming obstacles and challenges and getting somewhere. But if you notice, these two mice are going in two opposite directions away from the pumpkin, which is they're supposed to be pulling this pumpkin together, but they're going in two separate directions. So it could be that, you know, there was some parting of ways here, okay? Parting of ways between you two, or between someone else. Something caused a split here, okay? That has this loss, this grieving, this sadness, this disappointment, the hurt. And they're trying, you know, there's a need for them to try to have courage, strength, be disciplined here, and pull easy in the situation, maybe even, you know, bite their tongue or something. But this is definitely them trying to be strong or whatever. This also could be you guys possibly feeling this way, but this is more so about how they feel and giving you some extra insight as to why, you know, they're feeling this way or whatever, okay? Oh, other cards, okay. So this is kind of another insight card here. This card is the retreat card, okay? So it looks like it's time to disconnect from the world. It's time to disconnect from the world, and they could be very well doing this, or maybe, like I said, I definitely feel like there's some parting of ways here, because these two mice are parting ways. They're parting in two different directions. They're splitting. They're going in two separate directions. So they're not going to make it to that ball, you know? And that's the reason why, you know, there's this loss, this hurt, the sadness, this disappointment, the grieving, and trying to be strong and have courage and strength, and, you know, maybe poison the situation here, and maybe even bite their tongue. And so they're retreating. They're retreating, or someone's retreating here, but this is more so about how they feel. How to approach this person. Don't give up. So this card says don't stop. I believe that means don't give up. Don't give up on them, okay? Perhaps maybe what could, you know, be looked at is maybe you guys gave up too soon, okay? Maybe you gave up too soon before you could overcome the challenge, because the Chariot is about overcoming the challenges. However, in that card, that's not happening there, because you're going two totally different paths and splitting, you know? So this card is saying don't stop. So there's also another way that this could be looked at. Don't stop also could be looked at as, if you guys have parted ways and it was time, and you're both going in two separate directions, then don't stop. Just continue to go whatever direction you're going to go, and let them go the direction they're going to go, okay? follow your intuition and use your discernment on that. But here's some advice cards, okay? This is the Knight of Water. This is the Knight of Water. This is a card that is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. It says falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions, an invitation possibly to a social event. The Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups, is also about making an offer. One that is an emotional offer or one that affects the way a person feels emotionally, or the way they feel. So you could be advised to, like I said, for those of you who, like I said, I feel like there's two groups of you that are relating to this. There's one group of you who you may have split off. You may have split off and decided to retreat. Both of you could have retreated. They could have retreated. You could have retreated, whatever. But in which this is telling you to, this is pointing out, just continue to go the path you're going. Don't stop. Whereas for others of you, it means don't give up. Now, this doesn't necessarily say don't give up. There are cards that say don't give up, I believe, in that deck. But this says don't stop. So you guys are going to I feel like many of you know where this is going. Many of you know you should just keep going where you need to go. Even if it meant you split paths and that caused you to separate. Because you may come back together because this offer here. They may make an offer, or maybe you may be contemplating making an offer. But this is advice for you. So I believe this is about you needing to make an offer. Okay? But this is indicating, it says falling in love or wedding proposals. The need to balance emotions. Okay? An invitation to a social event. For many of you, I feel like the need to balance emotions. And then you have accept love. That's your other advice card, accept love. So in this situation here, which this makes sense with this one, this is an offer, emotional offer being made here. Whether you're giving it or receiving it, because sometimes this could be an offer being received as well. This is telling you to accept love. Okay? Alright, so that's deck number 2. You guys definitely let me know in the feedback in the comments, how this resonates. If you chose deck 3, your person feels very passionate about you. Okay? Very passionate. They could be definitely also lusting after you. They could be just feeling passionate, like in love and infatuated and just, ready to get it on. This is a passion card, okay? This is the Aphrodite card now, and that's definitely, fiery passion. So somebody is ready to, get, frisky or romantic in a make love kind of way, or sex, or they're lusting, or they really are feeling passionate about you. Now that card, sometimes passion can also represent anger passion, but I don't necessarily know if that's what that is. Okay. Ooh, interesting. It could be. Could be. But let me go ahead and say that the reason why they're feeling this passion, if they're upset, is because they feel manipulated, toyed with, teased. Okay? If they're lusting, or they're feeling, passionate, like I said, lust, it's because they're feeling teased. And, in some form, cajoled there, okay? Because this is the Devil card. The Devil card symbolizes temptation, okay? You could be, tempting them. They could be feeling tempted, okay? But this card also symbolizes feeling manipulated, feeling controlled, feeling like manipulated. Like I said, someone has strings here. However,
You don't have to fit, you know, there is no need to have any control because the strings are already cut. Scissors right there in the back where they already cut these strings here, okay? But the anger, if there is anger here in which this person could be angry, I feel like this is one or two situations here, in all honesty. It could be lust, that kind of passion, or it could be anger type of passion, okay? But this is a card, the 10 of Swords. It's all about feeling defeated, stabbed in the back, betrayed, exhausted as well, though, or just down and out, or literally like something is killing you, or something did kill you, or killing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if this is about lust and feeling teased in some form and tempted, this could literally just be like literally causing, this could literally be because this person feels absolutely, what's the word I'm looking for? Exhausted. And I don't even feel like this is, I don't even feel like this is lust. Usually the Aphrodite card represents lust in this particular deck for readings for me. But in this case, this is anger. Okay? I don't know. Take these and go out of the room. Sorry. I'm munchkins in here. Take these and go out of the room. You're interrupting. Go. Thank you. I'm going to go with this is anger. Okay? I'm just going to go with this is anger. Because like I said, someone's feeling manipulated here. Someone's feeling, hold on you guys. Okay, sorry. Too many interruptions. Okay, so I'm going to go with the anger. This is possibly still lust, but this is, I feel like this is passion. This is passion no matter what. They're feeling passion. You got two types of passion. You got lust and you got anger. But the way these cards are looking, because these are the clarifier cards, as to why they're feeling passionate here about you, is because this is, like I said, the devil card here, feeling tempted and teased, but also feeling manipulated and controlled, or like someone is someone got some strings attached here. But like I said, these strings have been cut because this person has scissors behind their back and they cut the strings, but somehow they're still feeling like they have no sense of control here, okay? And this is causing a sense of defeat, okay? Like this is a self-destructive habit or pattern, okay? This is now more intuitively rolling in here. Like this is self-destruction almost. This lust or this passion or this anger, okay? It's getting the best of them, I feel like, and causing them to feel defeated and like overtaken here to a point where it's like it's destroying them. They can't take it. You know what I'm saying? This also can be betrayal and feeling stabbed in the back or whatever, or exhausted, down, and defeated. But I feel like this is more of like a loss of control here, and it has literally taken them down, okay? And just taken them over in some form, okay? Like a sense of defeat, you know? So they could be feeling manipulated and controlled sexually, and in love and by love as well is also kind of what I'm getting there, which is really interesting. Extra factors here. Engagement card here. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. That's really interesting. So I don't know if this person is, you know, feeling like they're being manipulated into marriage, engage, or to propose, and a lot of it is connected to this lust, this passion, you know, something here just feels really, really, really strange. Like, okay, like this person has a loss. They like they feel absolutely just like they are literally pressured into something, but they can't resist it anyway because this situation has literally given them a sense of loss of control, because they can't release this or let this go because it either feels good to them in some form, or they want to release this and let this go because maybe they're feeling like it's become too much, and so they're angry maybe for that reason, because they're like, well, they like this, or but they, you know, maybe they feel like maybe they know this is bad for them, but they can't let it go. You know what I'm saying? This is the oddest reading. This is the oddest, but you guys tell me if this makes any sense, okay? I'm just here to interpret the cards. Now, how to approach this situation, how to approach this person, or how to approach the situation, you got the no card here. So this is saying don't. Don't. So I'm also kind of getting at this. Maybe someone could be, you could be pressuring them into engagement. Maybe because that's what you want. Maybe this is why this person is filled with some sort of passion that is relating to, like I said, them feeling manipulated in some form. And it's literally, it has gotten to them. Maybe you have worn them down, you know what I'm saying? And they're just exhausted with this. Possibly, you know, agitated, angry, whatever. Or maybe they feel, like I said, a sense of loss of control because this sense of passion has gotten to them in a totally different way, like the love and the lust in their heart or whatever, to where they just feel like they don't have any sense of control anymore, and like whatever you tell them to do, they're going to do it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're being told, don't do this. Don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Don't. If you're pressuring them in any form, don't do it. If you are trying to force something with them, don't do it. Because this is feeling like I said, the strings. They've cut the strings, but somehow, because they felt manipulated, but somehow they felt like they still feel like a sense of loss of control. And like I said, this has just really got them kind of like defeated. Maybe they lost this war or this battle, a passion against you, wanting them to get engaged, and they finally caved in, and they feel like there's nothing they can do about it because they feel manipulated into it. But you wonder how to approach the situation. You got the no, meaning maybe you should just not do this, or maybe back off, or maybe just don't press it, don't push it any further. You know, you guys tell me how this makes sense to you, okay? The advice cards that you have with the 5 of air here, okay? An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives is what you're being told here, okay? That's what you're being told. The 5 of Swords in the traditional deck, normally you would see a guy who he was in a battle against 2 other people, but he won the battle without having to go through any changes. Now, it's possible, a lot of times that card represents winning in an underhanded way, winning in a way that's not fair, but it leaves the other people feeling, or the other person feeling, taken advantage of, and like they lost and they never stood a chance, or like, you know, it wasn't fair. It wasn't a fair fight. You know what I'm saying? That's typically also what that card can represent, the 5 of air. But a lot of times, like I said, the main meaning is winning without having to go through any changes. Getting what you want without having to go through any changes, even if it means being underhanded. Now, if you get, you know, you possibly could get what you want here, but would it be fair how you're going about getting it? So you're being told, don't do this. It's an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation and review everyone's motives. Okay? It's possible it could be the other way around as well, is what I'm also thinking. But this says change the scenery. So if you don't like the way something looks, just go ahead and change the scenery, meaning just completely move away from the situation. You know what I'm saying? Just move away from the situation. You see her, she's putting her work in to move this one picture out of the way so she can bring this other one in. She's completely changing the scenery because she don't like the way things look. She didn't even took and painted up some pictures to create what she wants. If you can see her painting stuff here, she got all her little painting stuff here. So she created this scenery and these pictures, and she's moving this out to bring in something new she created. So if you don't like the situation you already have created here in the way it's looking, just go on and start over, do something else, do something different, or like I said, recreate something new and push that forth. But I feel like in this situation it's best to just don't push your agenda. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do this anymore. You got the no card. Don't push your agenda. Kind of ease up and let this go or something, because it doesn't look healthy. Whatever is going on here doesn't look healthy. I apologize if this hurts anybody or offends you, but whatever is going on here, you needed to see it. You needed to see it because that's what Spirit's pointing out. So that was deck 3. Deck 4, if you chose deck 4 here, this person feels like somehow they're I don't know, they either feel like you're a risk to deal with, or like it's a risky situation to deal with you. Okay? They also could be considering the risk with you. Are you worth the risk? Can they risk this? Is this a risk worth taking? Can they do this? You know what I'm saying? The factors in this situation. This is an earth sign here. Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or earth energy. This energy represents someone who appears to be stable, grounded. They appear to be secure. They may appear to have themselves together. They may have money. They may have good investments. They may have lived their life, responsibly, and they could be very responsible. They could be, in tune with nature and caring, down to earth, humble. They also could be someone who's very nurturing to others. They also could be someone who's possibly stubborn. Someone who could be frugal. They like to save. They don't want to waste things. They could be green, like they like to recycle. This is also someone who could be a parent figure, meaning they have children. Okay? So that's the energy or the characteristics this person represents if they're not an earth sign. But this is the insight behind why they feel like the way they're feeling about you is that it's risky to either be involved with you or to deal with you, or maybe they're assessing taking a risk with you, okay? But somehow they feel like this is a risk, and it has something to do with this person right here, this earth sign, or this person of the characteristics that I mentioned. It could be that they want to take on these characteristics of this person that I mentioned, the characteristics that I mentioned, because they are seeking balance or fairness in this situation, okay? They really are weighing out the risk here, okay? So for some reason they feel like it's risky to either be involved with you or deal with you, or you guys have a risky situation and they're trying to assess, can they work this out? Will it work out? Will it be fair or will it not? Because this is a gamble for them. So somehow they feel like this is a gamble. Okay? And they need to take some sort of chance here. And those are the reasons why. Other factors here. Healing family issues. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And remember I mentioned this is a parent. This could also be possibly a parent figure, okay? That they're trying to, have some sort of fairness or balance with here, okay? What's also interesting is I don't normally read major arcanas as any type of astrological sign, but a lot of tarot readers do. If you are wondering, this is the Libra card if you had to go by the astrological representation of the Justice card, okay? But yeah, healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now, how to approach the situation, within the next few weeks, you can kind of expect to approach this situation, okay? Is what you're being advised here. Approach the situation within the next few weeks. Now, what I'm looking at here in this picture is there's families in this card. There's families in this card, but there's also something that appears to be, this looks like a park. This looks like a park, okay? This also looks like possibly this could be, because of those pillars and things, for some reason to me it looks like a courthouse. That's not going to apply to all of you. That'll apply to some of you, but I'm looking at families spending time together, okay? So maybe within the next few weeks, spend some time together as a family or with the family, or just within the next few weeks approach the situation or the person or whatever. Now, advice cards. You got the Sun card here. That represents happiness, okay? That represents happiness, abundance, joy. Sometimes it represents children as well, okay? This card is telling you there's a happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself in this situation. Your final advice card, it says, it's not an emergency. This guy is jumping for joy. So you're being pointed out to, between the Sun card and this guy jumping for joy, telling you it's not an emergency, meaning it's not really that serious or anything to really worry about. Everything is going to be fine. Just be happy. Just, you know, be fine and have some, you know, positive energy here about the situation and have confidence, because you really don't have anything to worry about. And I'm kind of thinking that this person is contemplating taking a risk between you and someone else, or a situation that they are considering stepping into. Something family related, I'm feeling like, okay? Not for everyone, but for some of you there. Okay, that was deck number 4, if you chose 4. Now, if you're choosing deck number 5, this person feels community-minded about you, okay? Community-minded, like they want to join forces with you, like they want to hold hands with you, possibly, like they want to be agreeable and in harmony with you, and like they want to come together to do positive things or to be helpful to one another. What am I doing here? The factors behind that is their happiness, joy, and abundance, or joy, happiness, joy, and abundance, because they're thinking about moving on to higher ground, to seek something better, to gain better, okay, to build better. Other factors in this: getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens, okay? How to approach the situation? You're being told to compromise. You're being told to compromise. It's a give and take. They have scales here, so you got to find balance here. Being told to compromise in a situation. That's how do you approach this person, okay, in the way that they're feeling. You know, be willing to compromise. Find balance with them. Now, the advice you're being given here, this is the King of Air, okay? That's a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, you know, if it's a person. But it's also someone with air energy, which is brilliant impartial, professional, diplomatic energy, but it's also someone who could be someone who thinks with rationale and intellect, and they go with facts and research over feelings and emotions and intuition. You know, they believe in what they can see. But there's someone who they do not like to waste time, and they will cut away what no longer serves their purpose, you know, because they don't want to waste any time. Now, what you're being told here is to speak your mind with confidence, okay? Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations is the advice of this card as well. Now, you're also being told to be patient. Be patient. What are these kids here? They're all climbing this ladder here, and they're waiting their turn before they can go down this slide and have a good time and be joyous, okay? And enjoy themselves. So you're being told to be patient. Wait your turn here, or just be patient, you know. You'll get your chance at getting to go, you know, and enjoy your situation here. Okay, so that was deck 4. Right? No. That was deck 5. That was deck 5. My brain is not here. My brain is not here. Okay, so that was deck 5 if you chose 5. If you chose 6, ooh, your person, they're being negative. This is how they're feeling. They could be feeling harsh about you, and whatever this is that you have your heart set on, maybe they feel like whatever you have your heart set on is not realistic, and they could be you know, feeling harsh towards you about that, or getting on your case about it, or judging you, or overshadowing you, being negative and things like that. It could also be a vice versa, where they may be feeling like you're doing this to them possibly, but yeah, this feels like someone's trying to shame someone, or you know, or they feel shamed or something, like they're being shamed. Factors behind this, yeah, they're feeling like this is a hassle that they're being given, or that you're giving. You know, this is about a hassle, okay? This is about a hassle. This is also about petty fighting and quarreling, or fighting with something that that's not even real, okay? Fighting with something that's not even real here. This rabbit is fighting with an imaginary person that is actually a scarecrow, and they're getting caught up in that, okay? So they could be on the defense, or you could be on the defense. Somebody's on the defense here, okay? And getting at them. So it could be they feeling like you're getting at them, or you feel like they're getting at you. Whatever the case is, somebody feels like someone is getting at them, and there's petty fighting, quarreling, being on the defense, feeling like it's a hassle, you know, fights and arguments, and fighting with something that's not even real, so it's not even worth it. But, you know, they want to overcome this obstacle and this challenge and just get somewhere for a change, you know. Other factors here. This says somehow that it's worth waiting for. Okay, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. These are other factors here. How to approach the situation here. Big happy changes. Big happy changes. This person has their hands up, and they are very positive and optimistic, joyful, and they're embracing life here. They're open to embracing whatever the universe is bringing their way, and receiving whatever the universe brings their way here. They are open to the possibilities. So I feel like this is someone who is open-minded, and they're open to the possibilities here. This is because change only comes from being open to the possibilities. So this is big happy changes, and I feel like you're being told to be open-minded, be positive, and be open to the possibilities in a very positive way. Okay. be open to whatever the universe is bringing in your situation here in terms of the big happy changes that you will expect to see. Now, the advice you have here, this is the release card, okay? This is the release card. The release card is in the traditional deck. That would be the death card, endings, transformations, and transitions, okay? So the death card is endings, transitions, and transformations. But this is also release in this deck here. So it says the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, which goes hand in hand with big happy changes. Time to move on. So be like this person and be open to the possibilities, okay? Divine timing is at work in your love life, and it's worth waiting for the right possibilities to come into your life. I'm not sure that this is telling you to hang in there. It's telling you to, if you believe that someone is meant for you or something is for you, you'll release it, you'll let it go, and if it's meant to be, it will come back to you or they'll come back to you. But you have to trust in the divine timing, okay, in your love life. Your final advice card, put others first. Put others first, okay? So if this person has their heart set on something and you're being negative about it, you don't think this is what is good for you too, or what they need, or whatever it is, maybe it's them feeling this way. Allow them to just be. Allow them to just be. Don't try to change their mind or make them feel like they shouldn't be doing this or they shouldn't be doing that, or allow them to make you feel that way. Just release the situation and move on, because there is better for you. And if it's meant to be, they will be, they'll come back, or divine timing in the universe and the divine spirit will bring you back together. You know what I'm saying? So that was deck 6, if you chose deck 6. Now, if you chose 7, deck 7, the celebration card here. Okay, so this person is feeling like fruitful, like they're feeling celebratory, they're feeling happy, they're feeling abundant, and they're feeling blessed because some positive things are happening in their life, or they are expecting some positive things to happen in their life. They're expecting celebrations. And this card often, it indicates like marriages, engagements, you know, babies and children and other positive things revolving around family and a fruitful life. This is how they're feeling about you. They're feeling like this is what they are wanting with you. I feel like they're feeling happy and like this is what they want with you. Okay, these serious things. They're feeling fruitful, joyful, and abundant in life in regards to you and where they want to go with you, I believe. The other factors, they got the Hierophant. So they want to do the right thing here. They want to do the right thing or the moral thing. Oftentimes this is the Pope here, and you know, or a priest or whatever, and that's someone who would oversee these celebrations. But this is also someone who is holding a cup up, and they're holding it up in celebration of life, okay, and in celebration of doing the positive, right, moral thing. This is also about staying true to one's values and principles as well, okay, and being true to oneself. And wow, I've never seen this before. They got this card twice, okay? So they're holding fast to their morals, their values, their traditions, being true to oneself, and wanting to do the right thing here. Okay, so they're feeling like they want to do right by you, or they want to do right, period, here. Other factors, keep an open mind. It says keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type in expectations. Okay, so keep an open mind. how to approach them in this situation. Ask your angels. Ask your angels. So you're being told to pray and meditate on this. Okay? Ask your angels that as to how to approach this person, this situation. Okay? Advice. You have the Magician card. This is all about taking charge and taking control and empowering yourself to manifest what it is that you want out of this situation. Okay? This is not someone who's just sitting there. The magician works their charm, they work their magic, and they do so using whatever it is that they have at their disposal to do so. Okay? They take whatever it is they have to work with, and they work their charm, they work their magic to make things happen and to manifest what it is they want. So this card is advising you. It says you are ready, you have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical, okay? Your final advice card here, this is interesting. You are really being told, talk to God, talk to the divine spirit, you know, meditate into the universe. This person is also sitting here meditating to the universe. So you're being told this twice, to speak to your spiritual source. Speak to your spiritual source. And this is crazy because this is pointing out the same thing. This is the Pope here. This is a priest. This is about doing the right thing, the moral things. Sticking to the, traditions and values and things as well. Okay, so moving forth, that was deck 7. If you chose deck 7. Put some of my cards back here so I don't lose them. Alright, so moving on to deck 8. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize here real quick so I don't lose some of my cards. Okay. I'm a little OCD, just a little bit. It just bothered me to see all my cards sitting there. Not in their unique piles that they should be in. Okay. Deck number 8. Okay, deck number 8. If you chose deck number 8, your person feels like they need to learn to love themselves first, probably before they could learn to love you. Okay? Because this is the self-esteem card. So they're probably feeling like they need to focus on themselves first before they can focus on you, possibly. Because the self-esteem card is all about a person needing to learn to love themselves and appreciate themselves and be confident in themselves before they can give of themselves to anyone else, before they can truly appreciate anything or anyone else, okay? So they could be feeling like maybe they're not in a place where they're feeling so great about themselves, okay? So they could be not very confident, okay? They could be feeling, especially in regards to you, maybe feeling like, and this could also be maybe they feel you aren't very confident and that your self-esteem is not where it needs to be, okay, as well. Now, what's behind this and the other factors here? The 5 of Swords. This is about getting what one wants without having to fight and without any hassles, even if it means being underhanded and cheating others to get it. Not always, but sometimes, like I said, this is about just winning by default. And with the 8 of Swords here, though, the 8 of Swords is feeling tied into a situation that one cannot get out of. Okay? Feeling limited and restricted. But it's usually a card where a person feels limited, restricted, and hopeless. They feel hopeless However, they are holding themselves to be hopeless. They don't have to be hopeless. They don't have to be feeling limited, restricted, tied up, and like they can't get out of a situation. They don't need to be rescued. Okay? This person wants to win by default, and hopefully, but they're feeling hopeless about it and feeling like they need to be rescued. And that could be, like I said, where this whole self-esteem issue is coming from. They just don't feel like they can get what they want with, you know, without having to go through hassles or changes, and they're feeling hopeless here, and they have given up. The shoe fell off the foot here. They're slacking off here. They're old, tired, and worn out here. Okay, those are factors behind their self-esteem in this situation, you know, as to how they feel. Other factors here. Attraction. That makes so much sense with, you know, with the self-esteem card here. Attraction. It says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. But I feel like with the attraction card popping up here, someone just doesn't really feel they don't feel like someone is as attracted to them, or they're not feeling very attractive, or they're not sure if you're attracted to them, or vice versa, or whatever this could be. But how to approach the situation, this is telling you that something is unlikely here. And maybe it's unlikely that you'll even approach them. Could it be you that has the self-esteem issues and they're recognizing this? Or maybe they have the self-esteem issues and you're feeling like, I don't know if I even want to approach this. Or maybe you're being told you shouldn't, that it's unlikely. Oh, Lord. Some little beetle bug appeared over there. Some sort of beetle or something. Scared the mess out of me. They just show up like that. Anyway, yeah, if somebody has low self-esteem, then how can they approach the situation? You know what I'm saying? They can't, because they're not built for it. Advice you're being given here. This is the Seven of Fire here. Seven of Fire is all about rising to the occasion, rising to the competition, staying on top of things, being competitive, being confident, okay, and taking on whatever challenges that are sent your way, or that comes your way, okay, is usually what the Seven of Fire represents. And it says, defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely, is what this card is also advising you, okay? Seven of Fire there. Your final advice card here. It says, lend a hand. Lend a hand. So if this person doesn't feel very good about approaching you because they don't feel very confident in themselves here, and maybe they've given up because they feel like they can't win, even though they want to win without any hassles or something. Maybe they're not sure how attracted you really are to them, or if maybe they're, you know what I'm saying, there's something about the attraction here they're unsure about, maybe because they're insecure or whatever, you know. But it seems like something is just really unlikely here, and it's either unlikely that they're going to approach you, so maybe you need to approach them, and maybe you're not going to do this because, you know, this is interesting. Like I said, that's what's unlikely here. I almost kind of feel like I want to clarify this to some extent. I don't know, because that's just really... Normally I would clarify this, but... Oh! Interesting. So those fell out. The unlikely... Oh! This is a lot of cards here. A lot of cards. The Empress. Wanting to see things come together, wanting to see things come to fruition, but it was in reverse. So it doesn't feel like things are going to come together or things are going to come to fruition, because something just kind of falls apart here, I feel like, unexpectedly, because someone here is guarded because they feel like they can't see ahead and they may be afraid and things like that. But if they let their guards down, they can take the blindfold off and see ahead and be more confident. You know? And there's something valuable here to be communicated. Okay? That's what this unlikely approach is all about. Maybe you need to take an unlikely approach to them, you know. Anyway, I feel like you guys will know more about how this insight, this information, this advice will relate to you guys. But like I said, you got the 7 of Fire here. This is all about staying on top of things and staying on top of the competition and things like that, and rising to the occasion, rising to the challenge. And, you know, taking on whatever challenges come your way, not backing down, being, you know, having confidence, like, you know, defend your beliefs, decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. And like I said, lend a hand, bridge, close that gap between you and this other person on this bridge, because this is the bridge here. And this person, if you look at them, they don't look very confident. They look scared and very unsure about taking these steps towards you. They look very afraid and unsure because they're not very confident. Their self-esteem is an issue. They're not even sure if how attractive you are to them, and they're kind of giving up by default because they're not very confident. So lend a hand here. You're the braver one, or you be the braver one here. You appear to be more well prepped for this approach, so you lend a hand and help them out there. Okay? That's a very, very interesting reading there. Alright, so that was deck number 8, if you chose deck number 8. Final deck here, number 9. Okay? Your person feels victorious. They feel a sense of victory about you here. They're feeling good about you. These stars, this accolades here is what they got. They also could be feeling lucky. They could be feeling blessed. They also could be feeling, because this is also, the spotlight is on you. So they could be really looking at you and think you're a star. Okay? Think you're like all that. The factors behind this. Interesting. This is the 4 of Swords here. This card is usually about taking a rest, taking a break, usually because one is tired and they need a break, and they just need to take a rest. Sometimes it's due to strife, sometimes it's due to being overworked. Other times it's due to, you know, needing to take a break from heartbreak or whatever. This person here, though, is comfortable and they are relaxing. They have made themselves a comfy little place here to just relax and chill. Sometimes this card represents taking a vacation, you know. And there's this happiness card here as well behind this. Sometimes this card represents children, but this is joy and abundance. So I kind of feel like this is, I don't know, this feels so much like a break, a happy break, a vacation. You know what I'm saying? In some form. For a very tiny portion of you, this could be taking a rest due to a child or a pregnancy, I feel. But whatever the case is, and I'm seeing flowers here, someone holding flowers, but someone also is embracing this person with these flowers. So it could be, they also could be feeling, feeling like they need to care for you, because maybe somebody out here is taking a rest because they're not doing so well. They're not feeling so well. Maybe they're in the hospital, or they're on bed rest or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because of a child, maybe someone has had a baby, or someone is carrying one and they need a bed rest, or maybe I'm this rest will, like I said, help someone to heal and feel better. You know what I'm saying? This is really interesting, this particular card here, because I feel like it has so many different situations and meanings to it for different groups of you who may select this final deck, 9. Other factors here. It says let go of control issues. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay? It's also possible this person could be feeling like they want victory with you. Maybe they don't have that yet. Maybe this person also could be feeling like they want to focus on you, but maybe they're not doing so yet. Okay? Because they need to take a break so that they can get back in a good, happy mood. And that's why you got the let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay? How to approach the situation. There's something better. There's something better. So you don't even really need to approach the person or approach the situation. Just truly let go of the control issues. Let go of the need to feel like you need to do something about this. And allow this situation and other things in your life to just unfold naturally. Just go with the flow. Okay? So you don't need to do anything. Advice. You got the Dreamer card here. This is the full card in the traditional deck. Step out, take a chance, take a risk, explore new territory. Okay? The Vices card, it says take a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. Okay? The final Vice card, start anew. So either you can start fresh in this situation and just, like I said, release and let go of control of where you think things are going and just go with the flow and be free and just, you know, take a leap of faith and follow your dreams. But I feel like this is telling you, because like I was saying before, step out, take a chance, seek out fresh new opportunities. And this is telling you start anew. So you either can literally go and start, there comes that beetle again. I'm not a big fan of beetles. Get out of here. I don't want to kill them though. I'm not a big fan of beetles. That's one of those brown beetles. They're very unique looking. I don't even know how you got in here, but I'm not a big fan of killing bugs. At least not beetles. If it was anything else, like one of those gross type of bugs, then it would be gone. But anyway, yeah. So you can either, I feel like this is telling you just take a fresh approach. Overall, like, don't worry about this situation or this person. You do you. Step out and take a chance and just to, you know, seek fresh opportunities, period, for yourself, in your life, and let things unfold naturally, because there's probably something better, perhaps someone better. Okay? You may not even have to necessarily deal with this person right now, or you can allow this person to come for you guys to come back together in a totally different way without you having to do anything about it other than just allow the universe and the divine spirit to work things out for you. Okay? You may get a second chance at starting a new fresh, or you may just find something or someone else better. All right? But let go of the need to know what's going to happen and where things are going to go is what you're being told there by spirit if you chose the deck of 9. Okie dokie. So I hope you guys were able to gain some insight and helpful insight at that, and not just, you know, get details, juicy details that would allow you to obsess over anything or anyone. It's not necessarily good to be focusing on how someone feels about you, because if you don't know how they feel about you, then you probably should just, you know, relinquish sometimes control in the situation. But this reading was mostly for those of you who truly are involved with someone and maybe you're having some issues and you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on because maybe they're not talking to you. You know what I'm saying? This isn't necessarily for the person who they're crushing on someone. They're trying to figure out, well, how do they feel about me, and they're obsessing over it. This wasn't necessarily for you, that person, or the person who they like someone, but this person isn't really emotionally available to them, meaning communicating to them on a regular basis and showing feelings and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't really have a real relationship, I feel, with someone, like actually dating them or in a relationship with them or something, then this probably wasn't for you. If you're talking to them, you could get something out of this, but this felt a lot like it was relating more to those who are truly, and that's really who this was geared towards. People who actually have real true involvement with someone. They're not chasing someone who they want, who is giving them mixed signals. This reading is not for you. I apologize. Not judging you guys, but if you don't know how someone feels and it feels like you're desperate to figure out how they feel and you can't get it out of them, or you can't figure out because they're not consistent with you, this reading is not for you. You need to leave that person alone if they're not consistent enough for you to be able to tell where things are going, and if they're not communicating with you enough for you to really actually know. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with someone like that, you know? So this was for people who really are going through something and they're just not sure, you know, and they actually have some involvement with someone on a normal level, not on an obsessive level. Like I said, I'm not trying to offend anyone, I'm just trying to keep it real. Anyway, feedback will be much appreciated because this is the first time I've done this. I've noticed other tarot readers and psychics doing it, and I just figured it'd be fun to try it. If this is something you'd like to see me do more of, especially with other kinds of questions and concerns, let me know. If you want a personal reading to figure out how does someone feel about you and how to approach the situation and advise, extra insight, and I can go into more detail than this. This is like a free reading or whatever. Email me. I'll do that reading for $25. Well, no, I said $20, not $25, but for $20, but it'll be a quick reading to give you that insight or whatever, okay? But make sure you have a situation that is a solid situation, not one where you're obsessing, okay? All right. Deuces, peace. Love you guys.